What's happening, guys? It's Saturday and we are at the Hack and Pack Shop. We're going to do video 3 on the Buck Stopped Here series on this beautiful Subaru. Alright, yesterday we painted the insides of these doors. Okay, I showed you how to prep and paint these, how to just get everything ready, tape, blah blah blah. I did throw a little paint on this fender, okay, even though I'm going to go back over the fender. But the reason why I sprayed this whole fender, a lot of times guys will cut them in, jam them in, whatever. Then you just have, you know, you got the fuzzy edge all over the whole fender for where you stop painting. Well, a lot of times with a clear coat, because I always clear when I do my jamming, okay? Jamming is just painting all the inner edges, things like that. A lot of times the paint will react with the clear. So I just, usually when I do a fender, I'll just spray the whole thing and clear it. Okay, and another thing too, the reason why I do that is because when I do bolt the fender on this car, I'm going to see how good of a match it's got to that hood. Alright, it'll give me some kind of idea what I'm going to have to do as far as blending. Am I going to have to blend into the bumper? Am I going to have to blend into the hood? He's not paying to blend into the hood, but if the color's off a mile, I'm going to have to. But this will give me a rough idea. So once I get the new fender bolted on here, I'm going to know if it's going to be a good match to that bumper to the new fender, okay? So what we're going to do now, we're going to start popping the headlight and grill out of this thing. Easy stuff, okay? Got these little clips here. See, they got the little indentations there. These particular clips have it all the way around. You can just get in there with a flathead screwdriver and just pop them right up. Alright, and then just pull them out. Very cut and dry, if it'll come out. Being a stubborn little bastard. Well, maybe we don't have to pull it all the way out. I'm pretty sure we do, though. Here's another one. Kind of hard to do all this one-handed, too, so keep all this in mind. There we go. That one popped right out. Alright, basically that's what they are. When you push them in, they spread. They actually spread all those ears out, okay? Or put those right in a parts box. I just lost half of that one, so I got to do some of this two-handed. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to pop all these clips out. The headlight, the girl's got to come out to get the headlight out, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be bolts in the back side here, or behind this grill for this headlight. Headlight, just a couple 10mm bolts, okay? So let me get this grill yanked out, and then we'll yank the headlight. Alright, now that I got the light out, it's fender time. There's always bolts in here for your fender. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get this fender, and if we can get some light, son of a bitch, I'm going to get this fender pried out so I can actually get this door all the way open. Okay? It may open all the way, it may not. I think it's going to hit though. Yeah. This is the dark corner of the shop. Let's give it a little yank here. There we go. Now we get this door open all the way. Yeah, I got a bolt here. There's probably another one midway, but I don't see one. I know you can't see anything either. I'm gonna have to go get a light. So I'm gonna start taking out the bolts that I see. Got a bolt there. I think there's a bolt under here. Bolt there. Bolt there. Bolt there. There's probably gonna be a couple in here. Yeah, one right there. Looks like the inner splash shield's already separated itself for the most part. Now we're gonna have to remove that mud flap and that rocker molding in order to get all the bolts to this fender. So let me start popping some fender bolts, and we'll go from there. Sometimes you can get away with not pulling everything entirely off. Okay, instead of taking this whole rocker molding off, I popped a couple clips off the bottom. There's a 10mm bolt on the bottom, and I could get right in there, hit those last two fender bolts. Can't get away with that with all cars, some you can. And she just popped off. for a bolt out here. Look, it's got leaves down here, everything. See, that's why stuff rusts out, guys. Look at what gets it down in there. This car's what, 4 years old? Look. Look at that mud. It's not this guy's fault, you know what I mean? It's just what happens with these cars. There's so many little nooks and crannies. Look. Now, I guarantee you this fender we're putting on this car will probably last longer than the one on the other side. Only because we're doing this, getting all this mud out of here. I'm going to put some undercoating on the inside of the fender, which actually I should probably do now so it can start drying. Then it gives us nice access to the door hinges too with the fender off. We're going to have to pop this piece out here for the wiring harness. Alright, there should be a plug right behind here for this door. So let me see if I can get that popped out of there. We'll unplug this door and we'll start changing this front door. Before we start on the door though, I'm going to throw a little undercoating on the inside of this fender. Get up in that wheel out real nice. Get down here where all the corrosion and stuff's going to lay. You don't have to do the whole inside of the fender, but definitely the areas where stuff's going to lay in there. A lot of guys don't do this, I like to. I'm a nice guy and shit. Something like that. It'll give it an extra couple years. Here, now get this wiring harness out of this door. I almost got a little carried away off camera here. You gotta pop this plastic clip off here. You can do it with a flathead screwdriver. Okay? It's got this rubber booty that keeps everything sealed up. Then inside of the car, at least on this particular car, it's got that plug right there. I've already unplugged it. Right there. And you just got to feed it through. See if I can hold this light here. Sometimes it takes a little work. You can push that plug right through. There we are. That's the whole plug for the whole inside of the door. Now it's all it is, just bolts. Just like yesterday, remove those hinges. Alright, now we're removing them on the door side. 13 millimeter, okay? There's 4 of them. And then it's got the door stop on the inside, which are 10s. So let me get these hinge bolts loose. We'll remove the door stop and yank this door off here. Alright, I have the door hinges all loose. It's got 2 bolts left in them. The door stop on the inside is off. We're just going to take these last 2 bolts out. And I see the fender off. It's nice too because I can leave this door right shut. I really don't need a helper to do this. I have to take the door off with it actually open. I would use my little 4-inch air ratchet, but I loaned it off to my uncle. I haven't got it back yet. And these were 12 start adjusting it. Alright, door's all bolted on. Let's see how she is. No, I don't have the stop on yet. Just got to be careful how far you open it and you don't bend those hinges. Shuts perfect. Okay, but there's no rubber on it yet, so once the rubbers are on, it's going to shut a little bit tighter. These bolts actually had shoulders in them that went into those hinges, so there really was no adjustment. Plug and play, I love it. Inside the door is all nice painted blue, even though it's dark, you really can't see that well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I got to feed that wiring harness back through here. Fun stuff. It's got a rubber booty, which I'm going to have to do from the inside. Pull on enough, make sure we got enough wire, but don't pull too hard. So you rip the wires, and then we just got to feed it back through here. One-handed. Son of a bitch. Get the rough idea though. I need my other hand now. Pull it through, plug it in. Let's see where we're at. Where's my light? Son of a bitch. Oh, let me find my light. Alright, got the light. I don't know if the harness fed all the way through or not. Probably not. Oh, hell no. The harness is inside that round white thing, so I'm going to have to get in there and snake that through and plug it in. Gives you guys the idea what you got to do, though. Alright, now that the door's in place, the wiring's plugged in, okay? Next step is the fender. We're going to put the fender back on the car. Alright, the old fender, though, still got some hardware on it. I'll show you. Got this plastic thing here. Alright. That's what the bumper clips to. That's got to come off. Sometimes there's fasteners in the bottom where the mud flap would go into it. Yeah, right here. So we're going to have to switch this stuff over. Easy. You can actually pull that off. Look at that. Just did that one-handed. Then just put it right back on a new fender. Clips right in. Just like that. I think these are little 8mm. 8mm Phillips head. So I'll go ahead and take these off. They've got plastic clips in the back side of them. Got to change those. And then we'll go ahead and slam the fender on this sucker. Fender's all ready to go on. I'm tripping over shit. Gotta watch it because I did just undercoat it. So I don't want to get undercoating all over myself here. Get her somewhat in place here. Find the bolts. I threw them all in this box. I take shit out of the box. Find our 10mm. Whatever I do with that sucker. There we go. I'm just going to basically put all these in here hand tight for right now. I'm going to start with this very top one. Just in case the thing slips or whatever while we're working on it, it don't fall off. Dent or whatever. Make sure this inner splash shield's where it belongs. It's got to go on the inside of the fender in this car. Start with all the top bolts. We got one inside of this door. I'm going to have to use the ratchet to get in there. This paint does look dark. Alright, it gives you the rough idea. I'm going to go ahead and put the bolts in the bottom of this, and we'll see where we're at from there. I got to charge this camera up already. Fender's all bolted in place. I left the bumper cover loose though because I got to snake that headlight back into this hole. Alright, so let's see how everything lines up. Look at the color difference. See, that's one of the reasons why I kind of like to paint fenders right off the car, just to see. Just going to kind of want to look at that line. Up here it closes up really tight. Let's see what this side looks like. The side's a pretty even line, and right back here, the gap opens up. Okay? So that's actually a relatively easy fix. I'll show you how to do it. Grab our 10. These fenders are pretty chintzy. You can do it one way. Just give it a little yank. See if that did anything. A little bit. I'd say it's about the same. Simple as that. If it don't work, you just take the fender bolts and loosen them up a little bit. Alright, let me see if I can get this headlight snaked in here. Pop this hood real quick. Camera's about to die again already. That's only putting it on a charger for 5-10 minutes at a time isn't really doing it. This door. The headlight back seat. I always like to put parts like girls' headlights, things like that in the back of the car or in the car somewhere so they don't get oversprayed, they don't get knocked around, things like that. One plug pulls this whole headlight in. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. We gotta see if we can get it snaked down in here first though. It's kind of a you know what to get her out. That. This headlight plugged in before we get too carried away. Just like that. I just have a few 10mm bolts to throw back in. Fight with it for a minute. There we go. Got her lined up. Let me throw the bolts in it and then we'll see how everything looks. Alright, now that the headlight's all bolted in, let's see if we can actually get this bumper to clip into place where it belongs. It's got these little tabs here in the bumper. Can you see it? Different light. There we go. Those have to line up with tabs in the headlight. Okay? And then you got tabs here that line up with these tabs in here. So we'll pick up on it, get the grill semi in place. Keep in mind I'm doing this all one-handed here. Kind of holding the bumper up with my leg a little bit. Just got to kind of work it. Right now is when a camera person would be really handy. Alright, so we'll just kind of see if it'll clip in, maybe. This one's hanging up. Alright, I guess I'm gonna need my other hand. You guys get the idea. Okay, got that part. Now we're just gonna kind of push it. We have the inner splash shield to contend with over here. Make sure we have the bumper cover on the right side of the splash shield. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. Easy. We put all our fasteners back in the grill. Got our whole little box of doodads here. Start with 4 of them. You want to make sure these things are pushed out in that position. Shit, I just dropped another one. See? Doing this stuff one-handed doesn't always pay off. Now I got to look for 2 fasteners. Stick it in, push it down. You'll hear it click. See if we got any more in here. If I can't find them, I'm going to have to go buy them. These things aren't cheap either. Alright, so we got 4 in place here right now. Let's see what she looks like. Other than a super dark fender, it's looking good so far. Yeah, open the door. It's almost 50 out. Son of a bitch. Now I'm going to start on this back door. Pretty much same as the front door. Easy. Get up in here. Unbolt the 4 bolts, 12 millimeter. We're going to have to unplug this wiring harness, which is going to be behind this panel. So we're going to have to yank this panel off, which is just clipped in place, I believe. I don't even think there's any screws in it. Just basically grab a hold of it and carefully yank it out and unplug it. So let me get this back door bolted on here, and then we'll see what we have. We'll look at the big picture. All right, now the doors are in place. We're going to take the DA. I took the front door handle off. I can't get the back one off. I don't know if there's another bolt back here or what, but I'm actually going to cut the other back door up to see what the hell's going on before I ruin something. But we're going to take 400 on the DA. We're going to start sanding these panels down. all the stone chips feathered out, things like that. We'll continue on in a second. Alright, let's paint this son of a bitch. We're going to put light coats on. Light coat. I'm going to keep the first few coats just in the doors because I already painted the fender yesterday. The rear quarter panel is just a blend. So we're just going to concentrate on getting most of this color in the doors for right now. Alright, now we just let it sit for a few. I'm going to put 2 more coats on and then I'll fire you back up for the last coat of base coat. Alright, let's throw this last coat of base coat on here. Now the last coat that I just put on, I carried it out into the fender all the way. I turn the air pressure up a little bit, hold the gun back a little bit, to make the paint go on a little more powdery, make it a little more metallic-y, which I'm hoping will make it a little bit lighter. That's my theory. wise, it's like 52 in here. So I'd rather put it on a little peely than super wet and have the thing sagging all over the place. Get what I'm saying? So I'm going to fire the heater up now, let this thing dry for a little while, and I'm out of here. So there you have it. Subaru